Achieving a good work-life balance is a bit like walking a tightrope, especially if you're working from home. It's a lot less easy when you're working from home because the boundaries are there. There's often not much distinction between your office space and your personal space. After all, there's only so many things you can do to give your mind the signals that it's used to when you go to work that separate your work from the rest of your life. Keep as much of a routine as possible. It's easy to be checking emails and other messages one last time and then find that before you know it, an hour or two of your leisure time has just vanished. Your work phone to silent after hours if you can, and resist the temptation to check things as often as your working day has ended, ideally not at all. Equally, don't fall into the temptation of doing non-work things while you're supposed to be working. Telling yourself that you'll catch up later. Change your clothes, and this isn't as daft as it sounds. You wouldn't go to the office in your pyjamas or your dressing gown. So don't do that when you're working from home. Do actually change your clothes so you're sending another signal to your mind. You're at work now. Make sure you get some exercise. Because working from home means that you don't have you get out of the office, the house, and often the house is the office. If you're not careful, you're cooped up inside the same four walls, day in, day out, with no respite. So consciously take some breaks, and make sure that at least some of those breaks involve getting out of the house, some kind of exercise, so you get some fresh air as well if you can. And make sure that your family and social time is still observed. It's way too easy to spend extra time finishing a work project and neglect everyone else. This comes back to having a routine. Working late occasionally, yeah, it's okay, and sometimes it's necessary, but when you're working late every day and every weekend, and every waking hour almost, it's time to step back and deliberately have some personal time and space. Your diet's also important because it's easy to let your diet get less healthy when you're working from home. Maybe there are less temptations in theory, a lot less birthday cakes for instance, but equally the snack machine doesn't require any money every time you, in quote marks, buy something. You just take it from the household stock of nice things to eat and drink, and you've probably stocked up on those. Make sure your diet is as healthy as you possibly can make it. Also keep hydrated. There's plenty of water is a good start for that, and not too much caffeine or sugary drinks. Another option, a good one in my opinion, is to work on your mind. Mindset is really important. If you're fighting that as well as everything else, pressures of working from home, balance in your life can easily get upset. Download the hypnosis audio that I've linked below this video and listen to it. That'll help you get your mindset back to a better mix between your work life and your home life. It's well worth doing.